show you some cool stuff today. Hopefully, because my camera's got a lousy mic, I'm going to have to, hopefully this will be picking me up. Got a really good thing to show you. It's one of the sort of Star Wars Holy Grails, and then I've got quite a large action figure, well it's not a gentle giant, one of those jumbo figures, and then some more modern stuff as well to show you. Okay, but I'm not feeling too good at the moment. It's my own fault. Obviously, my arm's feeling a lot better though, so you know, it's still a bit weak, but you know, I can move it quite a bit. I can move it that far forward and then up to about there, obviously because there's a fracture, and then so you know, and the reason I'm feeling a bit under the weather today is obviously I said I'd go for a couple of drinks after work, and that ended up being 6 or 8, and you know, I haven't drunk for ages, and they wanted to keep drinking, and I said no, I've got to go home, and you know, because I've got, you know, I can't, with a fractured shoulder, if I slipped over or something like that, you know, especially if I drank and sort of blacked out. So, so I mean, at my age I should know better, but and all I wanted to do was go to the post office last night and pick up what I've just gone and picked up today, and it's a really nice, it's one of the sort of Star Wars Holy Grails, so I'm going to show you in a minute, but first of all I've got to eat because I feel a bit, you know, once I've eaten I feel a lot better, I think. I went to McDonald's but the queue was about 10 miles long, so, and I went to the kebab shop and it wasn't even open, so you know, so I've been sort of thwarted on all my attempts to get grub. So we're going to have pot noodle now, yeah, quality food there, and then, you know, at least that will give me something in my tummy. So anyway, the minute's time, or it'll seem like a minute, but it'll be about an hour before, because I want to eat now, watch TV, and then, you know. Anyway, I hope you enjoy what I'm going to show you and that sort of stuff, and you know, so okay, so just be patient. Okay, alright, laters. Okay, here we've got some Phantom Menace figures. I got these pretty cheap on eBay, so they're about £6 each, so they're on the Euro card, so that means they've got the stickers over the ages and the back's covered in a big sticker. So this one here is QUINLAN VOSS, and he's a Jedi Knight and quite a good figure, and pictures from the actual film. He has about a second in the film, if that, and comes with a lightsaber, a blaster pistol, and a lightsaber hilt which you can plug into his belt, I guess. Yeah, I think, yeah, I can just see the hole there. Okay, quite a good figure, well articulated. I guess you can just check SifLord or flygot.net to see a good review of the figure. So you've got QUINLAN VOSS there, and then the Phantom Menace logo, and then here's the back of the card. So it's got a European sticker on it, and that sort of obscures all the interesting information there. So there you are, the QUINLAN VOSS action figure from episode 1 on the vintage collection. He's number 85, and he's a really nice figure. Right, the next one we got is Queen Amidala from episode 1, and she's wearing her sort of formal gown and looks very sort of oriental in her costume there. Great figure, nice details on this figure, and quite a wide dress there at the bottom, and again the same stickers on the card. If you look at the back of the card, it's got the same Euro sticker on it, and it's a nice figure there. So you've got Queen AMIDALA and QUINLAN VOSS. So 2 cool Phantom Menace figures, and then the next thing is DARTH SIDIOUS from episode 1, and this is a great figure. I've seen reviews of this and most people give it the thumbs up. The hood is rubber or plastic, and then the garment is cloth, and comes with a lightsaber hilt. Nice image of Darth Sidious there from the Phantom Menace. Kenner logo there, and again the black stickers covering the age information. This great figure, again the Euro sticker on the back, which I believe I'm going to leave on. So you've got 3 figures there. You've got Darth Sidious, Queen AMIDALA and QUINLAN VOSS. So 3 nice vintage collection Phantom Menace wave figures. I've got the Naboo guard now, so I've got 4 of them now. I don't know if I'll get the rest. Maybe if I go Toys R Us or stuff like that and see them on sale or stuff like that. I think they're going for about $8.99 now at Toys R Us. So it's quite a lot of money still. I think you get them in the Entertainer. They're slightly more as well. They're about £10 there. So there's your 3 Phantom Menace figures: Darth Sidious, Queen AMIDALA, and QUINLAN VOSS. And let's have a look at the card there. That's the Queen AMIDALA, and then there's the QUINLAN VOSS. So 3 nice figures. One more look. And QUINLAN VOSS. And then this magazine I bought today, I only got it because it got this wicked CD. You can hear it. This magazine's got a remake of the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds, which is a great album, and this CD has all the different groups reinterpreting these songs. I'll show you that in a minute. So it's got a good article about Rush as well. So if you're into Rush, it's a sort of 70s mega group, plus great stuff about the Beach Boys. Here's the Beach Boys stuff. So that album is a great album there, Smiley Smile. Beach Boys again. So, you know, top band. As good as the Beatles. Pioneers, man. More Beach Boys. So the magazine is about a £5, and you get a CD as well. And you can hear the CD in the background. And there's the 3 action figures. Nice action figures there. There's the actual CD you get as well, Pet Sounds Revisited. It features the likes of Saint Etienne, Magnetic North, Tim Burgess from the Charlatans, The Flaming Lips, Jodie Mayer, Gaz Coombs from Supergrass, and Here We Go, Magic. So that's why I got this, because of this album. Pet Sounds. I got a box set of Pet Sounds as well, the 4-disc CDs as well. That's pretty cool. And then you've got the 3 action figures up there. Okay, here we've got Luke Skywalker from 1978. It's the quite a rare figure. It's the Luke Skywalker with the telescoping lightsaber. So this is one of the sort of holy grails of vintage collecting. I never thought I'd get one, but I got one. I picked it up today. Just made it to the post office, and this is a great figure. So you've got Luke Skywalker, the original farm boy outfit with yellow hair, and there's the double telescoping saber. So, I mean, this is such a famous thing. Only 3 figures come with this. It's Luke Skywalker, Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader, but the Luke Skywalker is far more common because you could get this version in the early bird set as well. That's why there's a far more Luke Skywalkers with double telescoping sabers. And let's see, there you can just about make out the double telescoping saber. So all it is the saber has a pull out bit as well inside it, so it goes quite far down. And this gets AFA 75, so it's excellent near mint, and it said 1977 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure Hong Kong Luke Skywalker double telescoping saber. And these go for quite a lot of money. I mean, on eBay now there's one AFA 75 in the US going for 600. I've seen others. Past Generation Toys has got one for about 1,000, almost 1,000, 900 quid or something like that. So it shows you how rare this thing is. I mean, it's just a small action figure. To get this card, you're talking mega bucks. The Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader are even rarer. I think the Ben Kenobi with the double telescoping saber carded is probably the rarest vintage Star Wars figure, and that would, or one of the rarest. But to get a Luke is pretty hard to do as well these days. So there you go, Luke Skywalker, double telescoping saber, and really nice item. Yeah, you can see a better view of the saber there. So they abandoned this because it was just too much to make, so they went for the cheaper version which is fixed, and you just put it down once. This version you pull down twice. You know, this is a holy grail of Star Wars collecting, along with the TIE Bomber, I'd say, the Yak Face of course, the Blue Snag, the other 2 Darth double telescoping figures, revenge cards, what else? I'm just trying to think in terms of vintage, what are considered holy grails. Sample card, if you could ever get one of those. What else? Well, the Luke's probably, the Luke and the double telescoping sabers, the early bird kit, they're probably the, you know, some of the most well known. The Blix of course, on the Glasslighty card, or loose, but original Blix from the Droids line. So here you go, Luke Skywalker, double telescoping saber. Never thought I'd get one of these, and even though it's a low grade, it's only AFA 75, I don't really, this is the cheapest way to get one. There was one a while back in the UK, AFA 85, and that was you know, 500 quid, or I think it went down to 400, but this one's a lot cheaper than that, much. And I mean, I'm not bothered about the grade, it's just the fact that to have a Luke with a double telescoping saber is a sweet thing. I mean, I got the Luke with the brown hair recently, that was not a nice item as well. So, you know, I'm really glad to get this, and you know, it looks sweet. So here you go, Luke Skywalker, double telescoping saber. I've taken photographs. I'll take some closer, better. I'll do some better camera work in a minute. Okay, but this is a classic figure. This looks amazing. You know, so it's Luke with the saber. I'm not sure I can really get the. Let's see. Well, you can see it just there. There's double telescoping saber. So you can see the thin tip there. You can just pull that down, and it extends quite far. We've got Luke, very yellow hair, pink flesh. Nice figure though. Well, nice because he's got the double telescoping saber. Classic figure. Nice. and because it's graded, you know this is the real thing, it's not fake. Okay, this comes with a certificate, but the guy selling it has lost it, which is a bummer, but you know, what can you do? This is, you know, chance to get something so rare, so sweet and so nice, man. Luke with the double telescoping saber. Okay. Great item. Cool. Okay, better look at the Luke with the double telescoping saber. So, this figure's absolute classic. His head's turned to the right, but I can live with that. And they've attached the saber there to the side, which is typical of AFA. They just attach the weapons to the side. Okay. The tan legs. What a classic figure. Sweet item. Luke with the double telescoping saber. I mean, the saber can be easily faked, so that's the problem if you're buying it ungraded. Most likely it's fake. There's meant to be a D on the double telescoping saber or stuff like that, on the tip or stuff like that, so that's one way of telling, but there's no way of it authenticating it, so it's best to get a graded one, but then you're paying big bucks for that. And if you're going to get a carded version of this, you're talking massive amounts of money. So, this is your Luke with the double telescoping saber. Nice item. Okay, here's a look at the other side of Luke with the double telescoping saber. There's the saber, you can see it in a bit more detail there. And then you've got the back of the figure. What a simple figure, classic design. You know, one of the first figures. Okay, so that's Luke with double telescoping saber. Okay, here we've got the Gentle Giant Jumbo figure, the SDCC San Diego Comic Convention exclusive Han Solo with the small head. So the regular version comes with the big head version, and this is the small headed version. And it's still a massive figure. The head just looks, even at this scale, looks quite simplistic and lacks. I think the big headed version just looks better. It looks more detailed, has more sculpting angles in the face. So, but this is the rarer version. This is the hardest. This is the convention exclusive, and it's amazing to see this figure at this scale. You can see the detailing in the hands, or lack of, and how thin it is looking, and then the detailing in the belt, the other hand, and the lack of detail in the trousers, the boots, the lack of shaping in the feet, the massive Han Solo blaster there, really huge there, and then the Kenner card there, or the sort of Gentle Giant tribute to the Kenner 12-back design. You notice just there, by the ear of Han Solo, there's a tear in the card. So this one's graded, so it comes in the AFA case. The thing is just huge, and so funny thing to get graded. I never got this graded, I just bought it because it was, I mean, this is cheaper than ungraded versions, this small-headed Han Solo. Postage was expensive though, obviously because of the size. It has the LP sign there, long play, which Kenner had on the 12 backs, and it says Gentle Giant 2011, 12-inch vintage jumbo Han Solo small head. Card gets 80, bubble gets 80 because there's a bit of denting at the top there, and the figure gets 90. But this is an amazing item. I just got a small-headed Han Solo, so you know, I mean the real vintage one, the 3 3/4 inch figure, and that cost a bomb. But this is the cheaper option if you want to get a small-headed Han Solo, is just to get the jumbo vintage one. They also got the vinyl cake Jawa, and that was sold at SDCC as well. So it looks great, this item, and it looks great in the AFA case. The only problem is it's so damn big. Look how big this thing is. Look how huge it is. I've taken some pictures with next to that little 12-back Luke, telescoping Luke I got, just the action figure, and a Phantom Menace figure, or vintage collection figure, just to give you an idea of how massive this thing is. It's huge. It's good to see the figures in this scale though, because you can just see all the imperfections, but these figures are classic, so that's why, you know, in England you can get them in the model zone for about 55 quid, these figures. Not this Han, but the other Han, or the more regular versions, the Princess Leia, the Darth Vader. Forbidden Planet has them as well in London, and I don't know where else you can get them in the UK, obviously eBay as well. They seem to be cheaper in the States. In the States you can get them for about $40, but who knows. They're great items and very displayable. They just look great. That pistol is just huge. Look at it. Massive blaster. Great item. Han Solo. Small-headed variant. And I don't know if I'll get any more. I wouldn't mind maybe the Princess Leia and the Luke. The Farm Boy Luke's quite a hard one to get. But look at that. Sculpting perfection. The Gentle Giant's done a really good job in upscaling these figures to such a massive scale. Obviously when I'll put this next to the my small-headed version as well. I'll cut them together on YouTube. Great figure though. Gentle Giant, huge, weighs a ton this one. Okay, this is the back of the Gentle Giant jumbo Han Solo small head. It says, you know, just like the old vintage card back, but the height of the figures is quite different. Now there's Samperson 12 inches, C-3PO is 12 inches, Han Solo's 12 inches, Chewbacca's 12.5 inches, Vader's 12.5 inches, Jawa's 7.5 inches, R2's 7.5 as well. And then you've got the classic artwork here of the first 12 figures, which is just pure nostalgia for old gits like me. And then you've got how to work the lightsaber. So this is how the original telescoping saber worked. So push arm lever forward and pull saber out by tip to close. Push tip of saber in and push arm lever back. Okay. At the bottom the card is less retro. It's showing Gentle Giant projects like this Jabba's Palace with the Boba Fett and the Gamorrean Guard, the Leia Bosch and the Harding Carbonate, Wicket, the Warwick, W. Warwick mini bust, Cad Bane bust, and Pre Vizsla bust from the Clone Wars. And then it's got all the different logos there. StarWars.com, Gentle Giant, Hasbro, and kept. It's made in China. And it says Gentle Giant. And it says on the front, ages 14 and above. Yeah, ages 14 and above in the top corner there. So it's quite interesting that. So that's your Han Solo, amazing item. Jumbo figure, the small-headed version. And, wow, it just looks great. Weighs a ton this. Don't know where I'm going to find space to put this. Han Solo giant figure. Classic. The image is just classic. Look at that. Han Solo. Very small head there. The detailing on the waistcoat's quite good. Not too bad on the white shirt. Around the waist, not bad. Then the trousers are pretty lax, total any detail. They're just like spandex he's wearing. And the boots. You can see how simple the foot design is. And then the hands are quite simple as well. What a figure. Gentle Giants. Small head version Han Solo. Great figure. Great tribute to the original line. And there's more and more of these figures coming out. Definitely they're starting to do the 20 back figures. So, you know, they got the potential to do quite a lot of these figures. But they're just so big. Where do you put them all? There's the small head. They quickly replaced that head with the big head version because they call this the pinhead version as well, and that's clear to see why. You've got a classic item there from yesteryear. I just love the vintage cards and the vintage figures. The Han, the Luke and the Leia. Those three are just sweet action figures if you ask me. Especially the original white outfit Leia, this version of Han, plus the Luke original. Okay, here we've got the 2007 Hasbro Star Wars McQuarrie series, Concept Obi-Wan and Yoda. And this was available at the San Diego Comic Con. And I'm sure they sold it in Forbidden Planet in London. Definitely know they did. And so I just passed them it. I don't know, maybe it was about 20 quid then. And that seemed a bit steep at the time. Brilliant figures, inspired by the concept art of the brilliant artist Ralph McQuarrie, who died maybe last year. And I mean, his artwork just shaped Star Wars so much. If you ever get any of the books like The Making of Star Wars or even the McQuarrie's concept artwork books, like Sketchbook from 1980, The Empire Strikes Back, you can just see how influential his artwork designs were. And so in 2007 they did a series of figures that relate to all the sort of artwork concept sketches that McQuarrie did. And this is the concept Yoda and the concept Obi-Wan. So if you ever get hold of the vintage 1980 Marvel or UK version of the Empire Strikes Back comic, you can see that Yoda was drawn quite similar to this character, which is more of a sort of longer elf-like character rather than the design they ended up with. So that, because Marvel at the time were using early artwork to draw. So if you look in the top corner there, you can see that sort of more, I don't know, round face, monkey face. And then Obi-Wan is drawn here. The design, the actual figure is bald. And I think this must relate to the sort of 1970 A New Hope designs just for the costume before they got Alec Guinness. But it's a great figure. I mean, the costume's just amazing. Very sort of Japanese samurai costume. The Obi-Wan costume comes with a blue lightsaber, and the Yoda is quite a good figure as well. Comes with a walking stick. I mean, the costume's pretty similar to what they used in the film, just maybe the look of the figure. If you look at his ears as well, they're more upright as well, more pointed up. It comes with a coin. Back of the card shows you the two figures there on display, and a picture of Ralph McCrory. Other figures in the range, got all of them. And you know, this is a great series to collect, the 2002 7 McCrory concept figures. So let's see if we can get a better look at the figures closer up without going out of focus. You've got the Obi-Wan in a very sort of Japanese style samurai sort of sword, kendo sword fight costume, and then you've got Yoda there looking kind of more like a green leprechaun almost. Cloth at the bottom. Both have cloth at the bottom. Both are great figures. It's a great figure set to pick up. Should be two. Okay, the memory card just ran out, so I was going on about this. That these are good figures to get because there's about 12 in the line, maybe 13. The only one I don't think I've got is the Grievous concept. I mean, since then there's been a few more in other card ranges, but these two are just great. You've got two of the top characters. You've got Ben Kenobi, and then you've got Yoda. Just looking pretty recognizable and unrecognizable, if you know what I mean, at the same time. So, you know, comes with a coin. These card backs are really nice as well. And there's the memory card just there. That was the one that just ran out. So I'm using this 2 GB one now. Can't use the 16 GB because that one, the film, just too much corruption in the film files. So here you got the two characters on display there. As far as I know, the Obi-Wan's legs do not bend, and I'm sure that if you look at Yoda's, he's got quite long legs, but I don't think they'll bend either. Okay, so nice figure set there. Okay, one more look at the Obi-Wan and Yoda set from the SDCC. You get all these good things from America that you can't get in the UK, and there's, you know, all these convention exclusives like that gentle giant Han Solo with a small head, and then this set, the smiling Luke, the Stormtrooper Commander. I'm just having another look at this nice set here. Concept Yoda and Concept Obi-Wan. Signature of McCrory there, the coin, nice card artwork there, great figures. It's a good set to get. And this comes clamshelled anyhow on the SDCC 2-pack. Card gets 90, bubble 85, figures 90. Again, a good price. More or less the same price as ungraded, so why not get it graded? Two nice figures there. Yoda, the pointed up ears, looking more of a sprite, I guess, or mischievous, and the Obi-Wan without a beard and bald. Okay, so nice figure set there. Highly recommend you tracking that one down. Concept, sweet pack. Right. Okay, it's getting a bit dark now, so this is the last thing I'm going to show you. It's the Rebel Commando on a Return of the Jedi 77 back. So a while back I got a Return of the Jedi Commando on a 65 back, That was made in Hong Kong. This is the one that's made in China. So the main difference is with this figure is the face is painted rather than the other figure which has the face in pink. And then, so that's a slight variation on the Rebel Commando. And if you notice on the AFA label it says Rebel Commander, so that's a slight mistake on AFA's part. So Return of the Jedi 77 back A, 1983, card gets 85, bubble gets 80, slightly yellowed now, figure 85. And it has a price sticker from Montgomery Ward in the USA, and a great figure for its time. Been updated recently in the 2010, and there's a variant figure of that as well, the black version of the Rebel Commando. This is a typical 77 back. This was very cheap. Just shows you how cheap 77 backs are. Okay, so there's the back and there's the front. Let's see if we can get a better look at the figure. Yeah, there you can see the Rebel Commando with its painted face, grey undergarment, greenish khaki overgarment with brown webbing on his backpack. Comes with a really nice detailed weapon. I mean, the detail on that beige rifle is just amazing for its time. And the Kenner logo there. So that's your Rebel Commando from 1983 on a 77 back. Very easy to find figure. More or less, not worth much more than the 2010 figure. So you know, this is one of the last figures that, you know, Jedi figures that's not very popular with collectors. I don't know why. It's quite good. I mean, I think maybe on the Tri-Logo card, that's the figure to get. I mean, the card to get, because the Tri-Logo card has a different picture. But otherwise, you're not going to have any problems finding this figure, and it's not going to be expensive. So if you like this figure, if you like Rebel Commandos, then, and you want to get into vintage collecting, then this is maybe a way in, because this is quite a cheap figure to find. You shouldn't pay more than 40 to 50 quid for this. So there you go, Rebel Commando. On, you know, it's quite nice. I mean, the back at the picture's quite good. And AFA have made a mistake in the name of the figure. It shows you they're not perfect. And, you know, Rebel Commando. And this card, you can get this card with the 2010 Rebel Commando as well. So, classic, you know. And remember what I've said about 77 backs are the cheapest way to get vintage figures is this back, the 77 US back. Very common in the US, very common in the UK as well. So, you know, nice item. Okay, so there you go, Rebel Commando, ready for action. Posed in a very rigid way. A great figure. I had two of these when I was a lot younger, so, you know, when I was a kid. So, you know, I must have really liked this figure, because I bought two of them. And I did notice that there was a paint variation in the way it was painted in the face. The one was made in China. This is the version made in China, and then the other version was made in Hong Kong. So, you know. Okay, so there's your Rebel Commando.